Hey guys, it's Amy with Amy to Plan, and today we are here with my March setup. So my absolute favorite thing to do with the Happy Planner discbound system is to change it up regularly. And I've been changing it up pretty much once a month. And so this video is my setup for March. I'm just gonna walk you through all the pieces that I've got. It's mostly the same, but there are a couple of things that I did change out from my 2021, like the full year lineup, but it's mostly the same. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. So this very first one, well, actually before we jump in with individual ones, let me just show you what I did. So there's a certain, I think, color scheme and like story here with like the covers that I've got. So I've got a big happy planner here, which is my work planner. We'll do that last, with these line art florals. And then here is my classic size Frankenplanner with all my planners that are not my personal or work planner. And then this beautiful cover that's housing my mini. So I'm using big classic mini, and I'm just really excited about the colors together as well as the florals together. I have been looking for this cover for forever, so I'm so excited I was finally able to find it on like super discount when the Happy Planner had a sale recently. So excited about that. Okay, so anyway, let's just go ahead and go into this very first one, and I'll move everything off video. So what I've got here is my mini happy planner. It's not even actually a mini happy planner. It's just the size of a mini happy planner. So this cover, first of all, is from the Recollections collection from Michaels. It was on discount, on clearance when I bought it. It is a ring binder, but what I ended up doing was taking out the rings. I've been meaning to like cover this up, but I haven't yet, and honestly it doesn't even bother me when I open it. I haven't even decorated this side of it, but I just love this color. It's kind of like between a pink and a lavender color, and it's just a gorgeous, just like shimmery pink color. I just love it. So inside I do have lavender metal discs from the Happy Planner plus the Wellness Warrior cover, but inside of that is like basically not anything Happy Planner. Okay, so well actually, and the dividers from the Wellness Warrior. So these dividers are from the Wellness Warrior. I'm starting here straight from March. January and February, I've already moved into like my archive system, which is basically the same setup here, just a different cover, but same set of discs, just January and February. And I don't necessarily need to refer to it regularly, but if I do, it's sitting on my shelf and it's ready for me to look at. So I do have the dividers here, but the rest of this, let me just flip through here. I pulled a couple of, I guess this is from Happy Planner too. I pulled a couple of, these are like calendar pages from the Year to Shine Be Happy box. Now these are super outdated. I think it was released in like 2019. And it was one of those like desktop calendars. And I've just had them. I didn't do anything with them yet. They've just been sitting in storage. So I decided to cut some of the pieces down. And this is like the December piece. And this is the like the other side of the December piece. It's basically November on the other side of this. And I cut it down to size, and it said December, so I whited it out. And then I had this piece of like die cut that I had made out of glitter cardstock for like an event in 2018. So again, it's just been sitting in my like scrap box of like random die cuts and things like that. And so anyway, I pulled this out. I actually like my calendars to have a Monday start. So December, this is supposed to be Sunday, but March is starting on the Monday, so I thought it worked out well. So it's a Monday through Sunday start. I whited out December. I put this die cut that I had from 2018, and I just glued it down. This number is a poster sticker from the Dollar Tree that I got for my December daily, and so I just stole a 3 from that. And then this rose clip, this black rose paper clip, is from Jane's Agenda, the sub box that I got in January, I believe. No, December, I think. I can't remember exactly. Either the December or January box. These might still be available on her shop. And so that's just the stuff that I added just to kind of like fix it up a little bit, just because I didn't want to jump straight into March. But let me just flip to this. I'll tell you that this is also from Jane's Agenda. This was from her, this was from the January box for December. And so this is super cute. This was my last box that I got from her. And it's just a clear like top tab that I can use to mark the pages. Now it's obviously not March 12th, but I selected this page just because it's empty. It doesn't have like some of my writings in it. Or I do literally use this like, and I've already written all the way through the month of March. In fact, I've written all the way through December of 2021 with just dates because I have been using it. But like for the at a glance, this is an at a glance like desktop calendar that I trimmed, like it was mostly the right size, but I trimmed it down right here. And then this side is an hourly format, and this side is just like a blank space for you to do whatever. So I tend to obviously put events here and then any tasks that I've completed. And then over here, I have like a more detailed breakdown of tasks or any notes that I have. And so that's the setup for my personal. Now, I guess I didn't mention this, but this is my personal, my catch-all. I do put pretty much everything in here, including work, like when I do work or like have work events or tasks. But for the most part, the more detailed breakdown is in my work planner. Okay, so then what we're going to jump into is the other half of my personal setup, and this is my Frankenplanner. So for this, I have it on black metal discs. These are the Mickey discs, and I've still have been using this cover. I just love this cover. I love the color, and I love the art that's on here. So I got this on a buy-sell trade group. I just saw it. I just really wanted it, so I don't know exactly which planner or Happy Notes or whatever it came from. I just bought it separately like this. And inside here, I have 8 different sections. So at the beginning, I just have some sticky notes right here. I need to really update this. It looks a little messy. And then I have a folder with my pin loop attached to it, which makes it a lot more convenient for me to like move the folder where I need to. And then the very first section. Now this first section is my designation for work. So there's literally nothing in there because I have a separate work planner. And then my second section, it's already like starting to get black. Oh no. My second section is for my personal catch-all. And again, that's completely empty because I have a separate system for that. So those are the 2 other planners that I'm walking through today. But then the rest of these, the other 6 sections are in here. And I have, again, changed up some of this. Now, my personal and my work planner haven't changed that much, but some of these sections have remained the same, but some have changed. So this third tab, right after my personal, is my budget section. And in previous months, I was using the Skinny Mini as like a transaction register and like including pages from the savings budget guided journal as I wanted to. And I still can do that. I can still include guided journal pages, but I decided to get rid of the Skinny Mini and just try to stick with Classic just because it was kind of like sitting weird when I closed it up, like with Skinny Mini pages in here. So what I have here is, this is like from the very first household extension pack, I believe, like the super old one. And it's a budget sheet. It had this cover, and then on the back here, it's a monthly budget planner, which I think is like really functional. I actually really love it. And I decided to laminate this just so I could use it regularly. And so this is just a laminated sheet. I will be using this to track some of the budgeting that we do. And this is kind of a replacement for the system that I had using my Skinny Mini at the very beginning, where I'm like laying out all the bills that we have and the date that they're due. So I'll put the dates next to them right here, the plan or like the budgeted amount that I have and how much I actually paid for that. And what I do with these pages is I actually use a Sharpie, like just a marker, permanent marker, Sharpie extra like ultra fine tip marker. And then I use alcohol wipes or hand sanitizer to wipe it off when I'm done with it. So that's what I do for this. And then, again, I was using the Skinny Mini as a transaction register, like just noting anything that were not bills, just on the date. So I'm using this as a replacement for that. For this expense tracker, I basically, for even in the Skinny Mini, just did date, amount, and category. But here, there are a couple of extra spots, and I'm going to convert these, probably convert it to where it's like, I'll leave the need and the want, but these 3 categories, cash, credit, and debit, I don't necessarily need to know where those things came from. And so what I'm going to do here is actually list categories. Like the 3 big no spin categories for me are Amazon, planner supplies, and like just a miscellaneous like random stuff that's not categorized elsewhere. So those are the 3 categories that I'm going to list here. And it's not going to be categories so much like this, but more so this section will be description of like where the purchase came from and what, like a brief description of what it was, like, you know, Publix groceries. And here I can make note if it's one of my big 3 no spin categories for 2021. And so it'll be like a really easy kind of record of that. And I am hoping that I don't use more than this one sheet. So that's that one sheet there. And that's my third section, my budget. This fourth section is my wellness section. Now in previous months, what I did in January was use like outdated like wellness layouts. In February, I basically just did a running log of my food and like different like self-care, beauty related, health related notes. And I thought the running log actually really worked well in February. And so what I'm gonna do here is switch it completely up. I'm not doing any kind of like weekly format for my wellness. What I'm going to do instead is use some of the guided journals that I have. And so my goal in March is to try to increase and get to the point where I'm doing daily journaling. And so I did combine wellness with gratitude in February. And so I'm doing like beauty and health notes, my food log, and like every once in a while I'll drop in like just a page where I'm just like journaling. And that will be in my like February flip through. And so what I'm trying to do is do the same thing here where I'm combining wellness and gratitude. And so what I did was like I had to kind of like pick and choose the pages that I wanted to use. So here is this page, which is just blank. I'm hoping I can use this as more like a habit tracker each week, or just, you know, maybe a place just to decorate and use some stickers. And then it flips into like the daily pages. So what I want to do is journal in this large section right here. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe what I'm going to do is journal when using the 3 prompts here. In fact, now that I'm like re-examining this, I'm going to journal with these 3 prompts. And then here is going to be the running log of all like the different health notes, the food that I ate, you know, just anything I want to track with my wellness, and like water intake, things like that will go just like as a running bulleted list here. And then I'll journal using the 3 prompts here. That's a great plan. I'm going to do that. You can see I'm just like just thinking about it. All right. So I did try to set this up to where it's this kind of front page here, then 7 pages of daily prompts, right? And then that's the 7th one, and then it goes again and just repeats again, right? And that's pretty much how it goes for like basically 5 weeks, 4.5 weeks. And so that's the entire section. I'll let you know how this goes. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm really excited about attempting it. Again, this is one of the benefits of having a discbound system. I can change it up if I need to, even mid-month. Okay, then this section is my birthday memory book, which is the same setup that I've had before. I am using the Disney vertical layout, which is kind of a mix and match from the 4 different planners that I've gotten from the Disney Princess, the original release. And so these are just the pages from that, and I just put in my memories here. It's the same setup. This is the memory book that I will not change for the entire year, and then this will be the other memory book that I will not change for the entire year. So this is Sophea's memory book, and what I've been using for that is a 2021 18-month planner. It's a seasonal planner. It's like a lavender cover that's like, and it has like little doodly kind of artwork on it. So anyway, I really loved it. It's really cute. It's colorful. So that's the first half of her memory book, is this vertical layout. And then the second half is an outdated kid layout. So it was released, I think, in 2018, and it's just been sitting again in my space, and I decided to use it for 2021. So again, like the birthday memory book, this previous section, and then this section will remain the exact same for 2021. I don't like to change up my memory books. I want those memory books to be pretty consistent for the entire year. Everything else can kind of change up by month because those are more functional, but these 2 decorative planners, the 2 memory books, I like to keep decorative and consistent. Okay, this section is my social media. As I'm flipping through this, I'm realizing I haven't labeled anything yet either, like my tabs, but I do know that this is my social media section. And so what I've been doing for this section is using lined vertical. So that will stay the same for March. And what I do is just take notes of like different things that I'm destashing, just notes for things I do around the house in terms of organizing my space, which sometimes is a full-time job, you guys. And then just like making notes of like different major events like Happy Planner releases, things like that. Even though I'm on no spin, I like to like keep track of some of that stuff. So all of that kind of goes in here. I also track, you know, my YouTube and Instagram like post. I don't worry so much about stats, although that might be something that I change up and include here. And you can see here that this is outdated, so I haven't even gone through and like whited it out. But what I do is just cover up this section and then white out the dates and just put the correct dates. In fact, I've been stamping, so I probably will do the same thing here and just stamp. Now this month right here that I selected is very rainbow oriented, so I might just go through and stamp based on the color here. And so that might be a separate video. If you're interested in seeing that, just let me know. And then finally, last section is my faith section. Now, if you've watched previous videos, you know that like I have like really struggled to try to figure out a good system for my faith setup. And so this is what I've decided to do. This is a completely new setup here. What I've decided to do is pull some notes from, or like pages from an old planner that I had. It's not a Happy Planner Happy Planner or Happy Planner notes or anything like that. It's a discbound system that was released at Walmart a couple of years ago. And the pages are slightly bigger. Like this page right here, I trimmed down to the correct Happy Planner size. And so you can see how much of an overhang it has on the sides. And in fact, like for these pages, I trimmed the top off just because I just don't know. I just wanted the top to be even, and then I got lazy and just didn't trim the rest of it. But the top I did trim down, but it is a little bit of an overhang even on the top pages. But this is like a super old like vertical layout like this. I'm thinking this is going to be mostly decorative. Like I'm not actually journaling a bunch for reading through the Bible. What I've been doing is really just kind of like making note of which chapters I'm reading each day. And so I'll just list, you know, like Matthew 6 or whichever chapters I'm covering that day in each section or like for each day. And so that's pretty much it for this layout. Now, one of the things you'll notice about this planner is it starts on Sunday, which I think works out because one, March 1st is a Monday. So I'll decorate for Sunday, but I won't start this until Monday. And then what I'm going to do is I went ahead and put all of the pages here at the beginning, and then at the back here, what I'll do is take this page and this page and kind of use these pages for like any additional notes that I have. So I'll make note of like the chapters in the weekly layout, the vertical layout, and then here is where I can take notes. And this is, again, this is not a Happy Planner release, but this was a non-Happy Planner discbound system at Walmart, and it had a planner version, which I just showed you. There was a planner version, and then there was a journal version, and so I have both of them. And so this is the journal version, and it's just basically pages that like some are like this and some are more decorative, and then it kind of rotates back and forth. And so I just have these pages in here just to do my journaling. I'm not sure how much I will journal, but that's the goal. And this is kind of where it ends. And then I just included the rest of the like planner pages in here because I think this system will work for me if I go with this. One of the things I thought about doing was just kind of incorporating like very similar to like the very first, like the Faith Warrior layout where like there's a weekly page and then like sermon notes pages in between, but I didn't want to like make it too difficult for myself. So this is the setup for right now, and we'll see if this works. And again, if you have any ideas for like how to set up a faith planner, please let me know because I'm really struggling over here. I'm not sure what I'm doing. But all right, that's it for my Frankenplanner. This video is getting very long. Okay. Last, but definitely not least, is my work planner. Now, really the only thing that I've changed in here is the cover. So I've switched covers like 6 times for this planner, but this is probably the one that I'll use for the rest of 2021 just because I love it so much. And again, like I had it on my list as a wish list item for 2020, and I finally found it in 2021. So this was one of my, you know, technically I broke my nose bend to buy this cover, so I really love it. So a huge fan of like just the line art here. And so inside of it is essentially like the same setup that I've had for the rest of 2021. So what I have here is the Soft Geode's big monthly planner, and then an outdated teacher planner that I have been using. And in fact, it's not actually outdated right now, but towards the end of 2021, it will be outdated. So I've got my name in here, and then I have the months or the year at a glance pages, which I just note holidays in there. And let me go ahead and flip to a March section. All right, so March right here is this divider, super cute. And then I have the divider from the teacher planner, one teacher planner, and then the weekly pages from a different teacher planner. So that's why these pages don't match. And then this is what it looks like. And I actually just use it straight like this, like pure function. I don't decorate it. I just work Monday through Friday, document all that type of stuff, right? And then in the back, once these weekly pages end, I then move into the is it soft geode or modern geode? It's one of those two. And then this is the monthly layout. So then I'll note here like big habits that I want to track for the month. So it's going to be mostly the same. So it's checking my email, prepping for class, doing any kind of advising, and then grading. And then here are just some spaces for me to document like big monthly activities that I have to have. So this is kind of where I like troubleshoot or like plan out some of that stuff, and then straight into daily tasks, which I use pretty much like it is. Like I just like write things down as things come up and I check them off. And again, this my work planner is pure function. It's already decorative, and so I don't worry so much about decorating it. And that's it. I do have a section for notes right here if I need to take notes, and that's it. All right. Phew. Okay, so that was my setup for March. It's pretty much, as I mentioned earlier, like the similar setup for what I had in January. I did change up a few things, but it's mostly slight tweaks, not like a full adjustment anywhere, except for maybe in my faith section. But everything else is pretty much the same. And so again, I like to change things up. I also like to keep certain things consistent. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. I love recording these types of videos. I enjoy seeing how other people set up their planners, and I hope you do too. So if you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and until the next video, bye guys.